Hi everyone, this is Heather Lottinen from the Flourish Academy. This is episode 268, and we're talking about marketing through community involvement. We have talked about this in the past, but marketing essentially equals awareness, and it's about getting your name, face, and business out into your community so that people know who you are, and it is critically important to your success. This is feet on the pavement, out there working with people. I have a list here. I have 7 ways that you can get involved with your community. If you are watching this in front of your computer or at home where you have access to pen and paper, you might want to write these down. If you're driving, never mind. Keep your hands on the wheel. This is 7 ways to get involved with your community, because I am a firm believer that getting involved with your community and doing community outreach is not only good for your business, it is good for your soul, because you are focused on someone other than yourself. Okay, number 1 is to look for local events. So keep an eye on Facebook and see what's happening in your area. Maybe it's a farmer's market. I don't know, anything that's going on locally that you can get involved with, that you can just be at. And whenever you go to these events, I would recommend that you always have your camera on your person, your big girl camera, so that people say, oh, she's serious. She must be a photographer. She has that big camera, and strike up conversations with people. Oh, it's pretty important. If you're doing any one of these 7 things, you're going to have to talk to people. So meeting people means being a little bit outgoing. Even if you're an introvert, you can still do this. Number 2 is to volunteer your time. We've also talked about this in previous videos. There are a million ways that you can volunteer your time. Years ago, I volunteered for the March of Dimes Walk for Babies, and I would photograph all of their events. I volunteer for the elderly. I volunteer at church. I volunteered at our local high school. Just a couple of days ago, I was at our local high school talking to a group of teenagers, 10th graders, on building confidence. I also spoke to another group of high schoolers several months ago on building character. And these are just things that I'm passionate about. I have some friends that work in the schools. I made some connections, and they said, hey, we need someone to speak. They are always looking for someone to speak. So go talk about photography. What about a career day or career fair at someone's school? And if you're thinking that you're not qualified enough to do that, false. You're wrong. You can do it. All you have to do is know a little bit more than some 4th graders or maybe some 10th graders. Not hard. Number 3 is to donate your resources. So you could, again, this is similar to volunteering your time. This is donating your time or anything that you can do to help local organizations. Goes along the same lines. Volunteer, donate your time, donate your photography. Volunteering does not always necessarily mean photography. As I said a moment ago, I do a lot of speaking, so I will go to different places and speak, but you could also donate your resources in terms of your gifts and talents, which is, for many of us, photography. Number 4, shop locally. If you are in an area with shopping, and I bet that you are, then you need to visit your local stores and make yourself known and go in there periodically and just say, hi, I'm Heather, and I just want to support you because I love shopping local and helping local people. I know that you do most of your shopping and ordering on Amazon, as we all do, because we are lazy and it shows up at our front porch. But if you can, please get out there and support your local shops. I live in a really cute little town that has many shops on the main street, and I like to go there and just pop in and talk with the owners and see how things are going, strike up conversations. I mean, okay, going in there and supporting them by purchasing is important, but you have to have a conversation. The last thing you want to do is be forgettable. So make yourself memorable by being awesome and complimenting them on their store or something they're doing, or maybe even promoting them on your Facebook page. Hey, I was at the store. Collaborations are really important for small businesses. Number 5 is to join a class or group. So there are things at the library, they have different groups, churches, community organizations have, we have a camera club, join something like that. Or the library, I know they host the Toastmasters organization. You could join something like that. Look for something fun that interests you, join it. Even if it's nowhere even closely related to your industry, you'll meet some people from some different areas, and you'll just, I hate to use the word network because a lot of people don't appreciate that, but you'll just make some connections, and it's really nice to know a lot of people. Number 6 is a little bit outside of my comfort zone, which is support your local sports teams, because I care not. But if you have small children or kids that are involved in activities, then you're probably at these events anyway. So why not take your camera and show your support and take some photos and post them and talk about it and just kind of insert yourself and make yourself involved. People will be really appreciative. They always need help anyway, working the concession stand, passing out tickets, I don't know, whatever they do at these events, go do it. And number 7, the last one, is to maybe organize your own event. Organize something that sounds fun and that people will come to. Again, not focus on photographers. Oh, Brooke said she just sponsored her son's t-ball team. That is awesome. And then obviously she's going to be at those events so she can take photos. Her name will be on things. People will get to know her. You have to understand that you cannot market your business from sitting behind your computer at your desk. You cannot do it. You have to get out there and get involved in your community and meet people. You have to meet people who know someone who knows someone, and before you know it, you have this great network of people who are willing to refer and talk about you. It is critical. If you are an introvert, I understand that this could be pushing you outside of your comfort zone, but remember, shy people starve. And if you're going to be a solopreneur, you're gonna have to push through that introvert tendency. Brooke says she gets her logo on the team jersey and in their book. That is awesome. I am a big organize my own eventer type person. So I started Camera Club about 5 years. That makes sense because that's photography. But I also started and led a marriage group at our church because I have a heart for women in marriage. I did that. I will have the prop swap here at our home. I will invite photographers. I will have cookie baking classes. I teach at our local community college, so I meet a lot of people. You can organize things and have people come to you. Again, don't get hyper-focused that this has to be centered around photography, because it doesn't. It could be one of your passions or your hobby projects. Why don't you involve some more people in it? Years ago, when I lived in the city, and by city, I mean there was a stop sign, I organized a cooking club. I had a cooking club, and once a month we would get together and try new recipes, and it was just good, clean fun. If you could please leave a comment. Out of these 7 things that I listed, what are you going to do this week in order to put yourself out there and meet some new people? I want you to strike up some conversations with some strangers or some people you don't know. You don't have to make it awkward. It's only awkward if you're awkward. Don't be a freak. Just go up to people, introduce yourself. Hey, what are you working on? What do you do? Here's what I do. And just be friendly. It can make a huge difference. Please, I beg of you, comment, share, comment. What are you doing? How are you involved in your community? How could you get more involved? What are your questions for me? This is just a matter of meeting people and connecting with people. And then I want them, the reason I do this is I want them to think of me, number one, when they think about photography or education, I want them to think about me. I want them to think of me when they think of speaking. Hey, we need a speaker to come in, or even it's just because they need to fill a time slot. So it's not based on anything special that I do or any particular area of expertise. They just need a warm body. Hey, I'll be that warm body. I'll go meet some people. I think it's an awesome way to get involved with your community. It's a good way to give back. And yes, it does benefit your business in the form of marketing. I'll see you in the next video.